Welcome back to US Grip Baseball, where we are now in bracket play here at the USSSA Spring Training Majors 10U Majors Tournament. We're getting ready to face off against a team from Oahu, Hawaii, known as the Kids, in a winner goes on, loser goes home bracket play game. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Clayton on the bump. Here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in to US Grip Baseball. Clayton on the bump, and his first pitch is inside, ball one. If you do see something you like, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it, and leave a comment. Your support is greatly appreciated. Help us push to 500 subscribers. The 1-0 is hit on the ground and off of Herrera. I overcorrected there. And that young man is going to start himself off with probably an infield single. Hit that ball pretty well. Nice hit, young man. New batter, runner on first base now. First pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike one. Clayton coming set. 0-1 count here. Runner goes, called strike two, and runner's going to be safe at second base there. So they got a runner on second now, but Clayton does have an 0-2 count. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Still 0-2, runner on second base. And the delivery swung on and hit in the air, and that's going to be down in the gap, and it gets by Eden, and that's going to get all the way to the fence. So that's going to score the first run. Runner going three, and he's going to be safe there at third base. So that young man hits the ball well, gets by the outfield, and has himself a run RBI triple. Here we go. All right, Clayton runner on third, still no outs. 1-0, Grip down by one. First pitch, down in the dirt by Saya. Runner going, and he's going to be safe there. Not sure what's going on there, but that is 2 runs now, no outs. Let's go, Grit, pull it together. All right, Clayton back to work now, nobody on. That one is hit on the ground, and it's off of Mason Doyle's glove. And Grit just can't seem to find themselves a play right now. They need to take a deep breath here and play baseball. All right, Clayton's still working. And the pitch in there, strike one. And that pitch is dead ball. It hits the batter, so Clayton now first and second, no outs. Here we go. First pitch to this batter is swung on and hit hard into left field. And that is going to get all the way to the fence as well. Eden picking it up. Runner going three. And he needs to get back. And he's back safely and not off the bag. So nice hit, young man, number 22. Great job. Here's the pitch. And that one is popped up. Clayton underneath it, and he does make the catch. And runner's back to second base. So Clayton finally finds himself an out. Let's bring it back together here, boys. A lot of baseball to play. Clayton comes set, runner on second base. And the first pitch of this at bat is swung on and fouled into the umpire, strike one. And the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed inside, gets by Saya, and they're not going to have a play. So Clayton strikes him out, but doesn't get the out, still one down. First pitch on this batter, down in the dirt, stopped by Saya, but runner is going to two, which is probably a foregone conclusion anyway. Here we go. And the payoff pitch, in the dirt, ball four by Saya, runner going, and that's going to be another run. So, this is not starting well for Grit. Got to figure it out here. Probably time to call a timeout and get them together. All right, Clayton, try and get back to work here after a quick timeout, right? A little chat. And that first pitch is up for ball one. Runner takes second base. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by Doyle. He touches his base, but he doesn't have a play there. And I think the runner is safe at first. I'm not sure. I will tell you. Oh no, he's actually going to be out. So runner is out, so that's 2 down. Another run scores, runner at third base. All right, 2 outs now, runner at third base. Grit down by 6 here in the top of the first inning. First pitch from Clayton. Swung on and fouled to the backstop, strike one. Here comes the 2-2 again. Swung on and hit in the air and caught by Gavin there at second base. Good job, Gavin. That's 3 down. Grit's got lots of work to do. Lots of baseball to play, boys. This game is not over. Let's grind. Here we go. Okay, Mason Herrera to lead off the game for Grit. First pitch is up, ball 1. Herrera stepping back in. 2-2 delivery. Swung on and hit on the ground. Fielded by the second baseman, thrown over to first, and that is going to be out number 1 of the inning. 1 down. Batting 2 here is Clayton, trying to help himself out. First pitch is up and in, ball 1. Here's the payoff pitch. That one is up, ball 4. Clayton does work a walk and gets to first base. Here we go. Here's the first pitch to Mason. Swung on and fouled to the backstop, strike 1. Here's the pitch to Doyle, called, strike 3. And back safely is Clayton. Big Poppy stepping in. And Clayton's going. And he's safe there at second base. So after all the pick moves, Clayton does finally take second base. Good job, Clayton. All right, Ian stepping back in. The pitch is up and hit well into center field, and it gets by the center fielder, so that's going to score Mason Doyle. Eden going to second base, and he's going 3. And he's going to be up there at third base. Great hit, Eden. Way to go, kid. Awesome job. All right, Gavin stepping in now. First pitch is called, strike 1. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Gavin goes down on strikes, and Grit is down 6-1 going into the top of the second. Here we go. Top of the second here. Clayton back out to work. Saya catching. First pitch is called, strike 1 after the bunt attempt is pulled back. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. And fair, and that's going to get out of play, so that's going to end up being a double. It gets out of play because the fence does not go all the way in right field. Let's see. There's a hole, and it went through the hole. And so that is a double. Nice hit there, young man. Number 24, great hit. All right, Clayton back to work. Runner on second, no outs. First pitch of this at bat is high, ball 1. Okay, Clayton working. He was in the windup there with the runner on second base. Forgot what he was doing, I guess. Runner takes third. And that one is hit well and into right field. Rocco picks it up, and that young man has himself a nice little single. Good job, young man there from the kids. All right, runner on first now, no outs. Great picture of the back of Jax's head here. First pitch, runner goes, and he's safe at second base. The 2-2. Swung on and hit on the ground. No, in the air. And double play. Good job, Gavin. Way to go, kid. So that's 2 down. All right, Clayton now 2 outs. Nobody on. New batter. First pitch. Called, strike 1 on the inside corner. Clayton in a 1-2 here. And the pitch is swung in the dirt. It gets by Saya, and he can't find it. It's all the way at the backstop. And they're going to have... Clayton's going to have himself another strikeout where we can't complete the out. Runner on first base. Runner on first now, 2 outs, and the pitch is high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Called, strike 1, and runner takes second base. The 2-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, fielded by Mason, and tags him out there for the third out. Good job, Mason. All right, Grit, let's go. That was a much better inning. We got a hit, though. Let's go. Josiah stepping in to lead off for Grit. First pitch is hit on the ground, foul. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit well again, and that one gets through to right field. They're going to throw to first, and he's safe. Whew, close play. Good job, Saya. Way to get yourself on base, kid. We need runners. Let's go. That brings up Levi, the kid here. Saya on first base. Actually, running for Saya is Gavin. Here's the first pitch to Levi. That one's up. Gavin going. And the ball comes out, so he's safe. Way to come in hard, Gavin. He was hosed there, but the ball came out, so luckily Gavin is safe. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Levi swings at that one, running in up on his hands. That's one down. BamBam stepping in, first pitch. Swings and fouls that one to the backstop. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and he swings and fouls that one off. Strike 2. Rocco stepping in. This pitcher has a good breaking ball. He's probably about to see it. I didn't see the sign, but I bet it's coming. And there it is. Yep. Swings through it. Strike 3. Good try, Rocco. That's a tough pitch to hit. You gotta expect that it's coming there. Let's go, kid. All right, Austin stepping in now. First pitch. Called. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Here's the full count pitch. And that's high. Austin earns himself a walk. And that's going to bring up Jax. Let's go. Jax stepping in. First pitch is away. Ball 1. And Austin doesn't go. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Strike 3. Jax goes down. And that's 3 outs. Let's go, Grit. All right, Clayton back to work here. Top of 3. First pitch on this batter is off his helmet. Ooh, nobody likes to see that. I hope that young man's okay. He pops up, shakes his head. And I think he's fine. Good job, young man. That's a scary one. All right, Clayton back to work here. Runner on first now, no outs. First pitch is high, ball 1. And runner takes second base. Clayton comes set, looks at the runner at second, goes home, and gets a pop-up to himself, and he catches it. Runner holds at second base. One down. Good job, Clayton. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground. Fielded by Doyle. Thrown over to first and thrown away. And not sure where the ball is. Levi going to get it. And that is going to score 1 run. Runner going 3, and he's going to hold there at second base. Clayton looking at the runner. He gets a ground ball that's foul. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, off of Saya to the backstop. Runner going 3, and he's going to be safe there at third base. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Doyle fields that one, throws to first, and does get the out. Scores another run, 2 down. All right, Clayton, new batter, nobody on. First pitch, in the dirt, ball 1. The 3-2. High, ball 4. So Clayton issues a walk there. Runner on first, 2 outs. All right, here we go. Eden, 0-1. And that one's outside. Runner going. And they should have him. And they do. They got him out at second base. Good job. Way to get him. Here we go. Let's go, Grit. Let's build on that. Let's use some momentum, and let's hit the ball. Okay, Mason Herrera in to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. The 1-2. In there, called strike 3 on the outside corner, 1 down. Nice pitch. Clayton stepping in now. First pitch. Swung on and hit. He falls down. And they throw it away. So Clayton is hurt. He gets to first base limping. I don't know what happened. I hope he's okay. That's rough. Still not sure what happened to Clayton, but Mason Herrera in to run for him. Mason Doyle now batting. They do pick over. Herrera back safely. Here comes the first pitch to Doyle. That one's inside, but not that far inside because it was a breaking ball and fooled Doyle, but it was a ball. I had to guess. Here it comes again. And he hits that one well, but it's gloved by the second baseman, thrown to second, and the ball comes out, so everybody's safe. Oh, he's saying it's on the transfer, and he's out. Eden in. First pitch to him is called strike 1. Here comes the 3-1 to Eden, and he hits that one, and that's gonna go to the left fielder, and they try to double up Mason Herrera, who gets back safely. I think that's 2 outs, but I could be wrong. I guess it's 3. Let's go. All right, Eden in now. First pitch of the new inning. And he starts it off with strike 1 on the outside corner. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by Saya, thrown over to first base for out number 1. Good job, Saya. 1 down. Here's a new batter. First pitch. Shows bunt. Pulls back for strike 1. Camera focused on Jax here. And that one is hit well into right field. Austin picks it up. No, can't get the out. Nice hit there, young man. Whatever your number is, good hit. All right, Eden working. Man on first. 1 down. First pitch is outside. Runner, nope. Holding it first. The 3-0 from Eden outside. Ball 4. They throw it, but yeah, he is out. He overran the base there. Even though it's a walk, you can't be off the base. All right, there was some controversy there. Umpire didn't realize that that runner should be out, but they talked about it, got it right. First pitch is hit over to Rocco, and he dives, but he can't come up with it. Good try, kid. First pitch to new batter, off the plate, ball 1. Runner goes back to second. Here's a 2-2 again. Swings at the knuckleball up in the air. Austin underneath it and makes the catch. Good job, Austin. Way to get out of it, Eden. Good job, Grit. We throw the ball down to second base on ball 4, and it works out, even though the umpires had to figure it out. Good job, Grit. Let's go get some runs. It's time to hit, boys. Come on. All right, Gavin stepping in. First pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and hit well right to the third baseman who makes the catch. Nice catch, young man. 1 down. All right. Saya stepping in. 1 down. First pitch up and in. Ball 1. The 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground. Fielded by shortstop. Thrown over to first base for out number 2. 2 down here. Grit probably down to its last out. All right. Levi the kid stepping in. Trying to keep Grit alive here. 2 down. First pitch. Swung on and missed on the curveball. Strike 1. And the 2-2. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by second base. Thrown to first. And that's probably going to be the ball game. That is the ball game. So Grit comes up against a really tough Hawaiian team. You don't fly over here to the mainland to play unless you're going to compete. And they put on a beatdown. So Grit, keep your heads up. Got work to do. Always have work to do in this game. But I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to share our videos. We really appreciate your support. Please help push us to 500 subscribers. Thanks for watching. Peace.